It's 2024, and I'm going to prove to you why this is the best age to live in ever. We are going to take a look at a guy who just can't stop posting content on the internet that completely contradicts itself. And once you put it out there, we all have a record of it, and it's never going away. It's staying forever. This guy cannot stop making TikTok, and he posts it to Instagram too, making this content that makes no sense and is horrible for the hobby and is not going to do you guys any favors. So please watch this carefully.
I'm going to make a crazy prediction. How much do you think this card is going to go down when the Timberwolves lose in Game 7?
All right, did you guys catch that? That is a silver PSA 10 of Anthony Edwards from Prism, okay? A PSA 10 silver Anthony Edwards from Prism. Now watch this.
This may be my single biggest steal of the weekend, which is saying a lot. I bought about 300 cards. And Edwards silver. How does that look to you guys? Everyone's going to say it's not a 10. It looks like a 10 to me, I'll tell you that.
He just said, how much do you think a PSA 10 of this Anthony Edwards Silver Prism will drop when they get bounced from the playoffs? And now, a few days later, is claiming this is going to be one of the biggest flips that he makes because he bought the same card raw and is planning on sending it off to PSA to get it graded as a PSA 10 and then is going to sell it. Okay, once again, this guy is going to go through how looking at one picture of the front of a card on eBay, he thinks that that's a PSA 10, which is totally fine. He can think that. That's fine. He's buying it. It's his money. If he wants to send it off and get it graded, that is totally fine. But looking at that, knowing that there could be surface issues you don't know about, and looking, without seeing the back of the card and looking at the edges really closely and looking at this thing under magnification, there's no way to know this is a PSA 10, but it's totally beside the point. Let's go ahead and keep breaking this down here. I want to hear more of this.
I got it for $267, which is way under comps. It's actually insanely under comps. I think these have been selling for anywhere from $350 to $550. And this one, it looks like a 10. People, it never ceases to amaze me how impatient and or lazy people are in the hobby.
That is definitely true. There are definitely some impatient and some lazy people in the hobby, but I'm going to show how he contradicts himself right here. We're going to take a look at some more.
This was bought from Australia. One, I think it bugs people out. I think that, for some reason, they just think that, I'm going to get a fake card since it's not from America.
Nobody thinks that it's going to be a fake card just because it's coming from Australia. People just don't want to wait for the extra shipping time, and they also don't want to pay the extra shipping cost, especially if you're someone like this who wants to flip cards or make money. You don't want to put the extra investment into it on the front side by having to pay $30 or $40 to get the card, and you also don't want to wait weeks to get it.
But all you really have to do is you have to wait 7 to 15 days. That's it.
That's all you got to do, guys. Just wait 7 to 15 days, and it'll be the biggest flip that you've had, even though you just question the fact that that card's probably going to drop as soon as they get bounced in the playoffs. That video right there, the one about the Anthony Edwards Silver Prism that he bought raw, was posted on May 28th, which is the time I'm recording this. It might have been some more time lapse by the time you see this, but anyways, May 28th is the date that was posted. So if it takes 7 to 15 days for you to receive the card, you're not going to get it. Best case scenario, let's say June 7th, June 8th. Then you have to prep the card. You got to send it off to PSA. So you're looking at another month turnaround minimum there, plus the grading fees and all that. I'm not even going to go into the statistics with price and all that. You got to send it off. You got to wait another 30 days. So it's going to be minimum July 7th or July 8th by the time you have this card in hand, send it off to PSA, get it back, and put it up for sale. Not only that, but you also have to get a 10. You have to get a 10, otherwise you're not going to make the profit that this guy's talking about. And I think the reason why this content he's putting out is maybe, well, first of all, I'm seeing this on Instagram. He's making this for TikTok. So we all know about the TikTok app and who's on there. It's a bunch of high school kids, maybe some college kids, probably some middle schoolers and stuff. They probably think this is really cool. They probably think they can apply this at local card shows. That's cool. That's fine. But this is not good hobby content, and this is absolutely misleading in every way, and it's so contradictory. But anyways, aside all that, if you get back a PSA 10 and all that time has elapsed and it's now July, going back to his previous video, he already states that he thinks that PSA 10 is going to drop, and I want to show you what he has to say about that.
It's at $1,400 right now. My crazy prediction is this. I'm saying this card is bidding below $800 within 1 week.
So in one video, we got the guy bragging about how he just picked up a silver Prism Anthony Edwards for $267. He's going to send it off, get a PSA 10, he's going to flip it and make $1,200. And then in another video that was posted like 2 or 3 days away from that same video, he's saying that he expects the price to drop from $1,400 or $1,500 where it's at to below $800. So what are you talking about, dude? You're putting this stuff out on the internet and it is insane. It makes 0 sense. And I know you're probably getting some clicks, although it does look like maybe you're buying subscribers and followers because you don't really get much action on your posts, but you have a lot of followers. It just doesn't really add up. Something is not right here. And if you guys know what it is, please let me know in the comments below because I'm totally curious. But I am perplexed by this stuff, and I do not like to see this kind of content out there because if you're new to the hobby and you're trying to get into this, whether you're trying to make a little bit of extra money or you're a serious collector who wants to build their collection over time or you're an investor for the long term, this is not useful content to you and it's not helping. It's counterproductive and it is very, very contradictory. I do not like it at all.
Scumbag warning.
Seriously, dude, tell me about it.
This seller, Rong Chang Keej, with 87.1 positive feedback.
I can't believe that this content is still being produced, actually, but I also cannot believe you'd have to go any further on eBay than seeing a seller with 87.1% feedback and considering buying anything, regardless about the fake autos and what this guy is about to talk about. If you see anyone with a eBay seller rating under about 94 or 95% and they're not a newer seller, you've got a major red flag. If they have over 100 to 200 things sold on eBay and their feedback is that bad, just think about this. If they've only sold 100 items, to have 87% bad feedback, you'd have to have 13 items that did not meet a description or packaged poorly, or you had some kind of issue with that. That is a major, major red flag on eBay.
Is selling a ton of fake Steph Curry. Look, these don't even make sense to be real. He signed that card on card and Panini sealed it. It makes no fucking sense. A lot of Steph Curry, a lot of Kobe's. This guy's probably making a killing, honestly. I see like 10 of these posted a day. And he's getting away with it because he's from Asia and they don't do eBay authentic there. I can confirm that they are, in fact, fake autos. And it's a shame that these guys get away with this on eBay. eBay's got to be a little bit tighter on their regulations and whatnot. Stay away from this guy. The hobby.
I don't even know what to say. Honestly, I am at a loss for words. Of course, people are faking these in the United States too. This isn't just an Asian thing. It's not just because they're coming out of Asia the reason why the accounts are able to get away with this. Yes, I do agree with the last thing that he said, though, that eBay does need to tighten up a little bit. But also, what is this guy doing? Like, are you reporting these accounts? You need to report the accounts when you see this stuff happening to eBay so they know about it and they are aware so that they can do something. If you just scroll on by and you keep seeing 10 a day of these fake autos and you're not reporting it, what are you doing to help the hobby? Absolutely nothing. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will catch you next time.